Hello. We have seen earlier receiver sensitivity. It is depending upon the receiver output which responds for the 1 and 0s, and that receiver sensitivity we say that it is depending upon the what type of photodetector we are using, and then electrical bandwidth, then we can have a Q factor and a variance of zeros and 1 pulses. So here the another detector component, we can say that a quantum limit. A detector receives some signal, so means it generates a average number of holes and electron pairs, and that because of generation of average number of electron hole pairs, detector output we are getting either in form of a 1 or a 0. And we define it earlier a threshold value of voltage. Above that we are saying 1, and below that it will be a 0 output. Now a quantum limit means what? A minimum power level received by the detector, and it generates the electron hole pair, so that we are getting a sufficient output to detect the pulse. And that minimum power level received at a given data rate. So that's why we can say that minimum received power required for a specific bit error rate, assuming that the photodetector has 100% quantum efficiency and a zero dark current. So that's why we can find out the error here, probability of error, and it is depending upon that average number of electron hole pairs when incident optical pulse energy is E there. And based on that, we can say that it is a sensitivity for a given particular signal. Next, a eye diagram. Eye diagram is nothing but what will be your transmission system, what are the data rates, and what within what particular period of a time that digital signal is to be received. So we can say that we can identify what will be the margin, total bit rate for receiving the given particular system. So here eye diagram is a tool, and it is used for assessing the data handling ability of a digital transmission system. And this eye pattern measurement done in a time domain and allow the effects of waveform distortion within a given particular bit error rate. Now simple, you see the eye diagram here. We are having this one, we say star eye opening here within this particular range, and we can have a level of the signal that is beyond here. Say similarly, that eye opening, they are having a zero crossing takes place, and this particular duration, okay, we can measure that what will be the bit rate or bit received in the given particular signal. That eye jitter means there is a variation in the clock, and due to the variation in the clock, so it is difficult to identify that 1 and 0, or you can say that variation in the representation of a 1 and 0 output. Sometimes we say that we are getting the level of a signal beyond that, so beyond a on, so that's why this one is a overshoot. We can say that for logic 1, and below some level of that V of, that is, we can say that overshoot on the logic 0, and it indicates that, so we can have a rise time, means we can say that 20 to 80% of a rise time. Similarly, 8 to 20% of a rise fall time for the given eye opening. So within that 80% to 20%, we can have a eye opening, and we can define that a logical 1 or a logical 0 occur in the given particular period. So if you see the simplified eye diagram here, so in that case we can find out what will be the time interval over which the signal can be sampled. Now from this to this is about a complete time. This is a particular duration. We can sample the given signal, and we can say that there is 1 or a 0. So here the threshold is given, defining one level of the signal, and we have a signal received. So that's why we can have a label for the signal, that is maximum signal level, voltage V2, and a noise margin of a V1 here. And these are the distortions, because eye opening here, so we can have a distortion at a 0 crossing. Similarly, we are having a slope of a sensitivity because there is a error, so that's why there is a timing error for the given slope. And that because of the timing errors, we can say that there are the jitters in the eye diagram. So that is the interval, difficult to identify that eye diagram. So some of the parameters of the eye diagrams we need to go ahead here, and generally we say that a eye parameter measurement and that eye parameter measurement are made, we can say it is in a time domain. The basic upper and lower bounds are determined by the logic 1 and 0, and it's shown by the beyond and the beoff here. We can have for the beyond and beoff. And the width of the eye opening define the time interval over which the received signal can be sampled without error due to the interference from the adjacent pulse. And that adjacent pulse means what? We can say that is a intersymbol interference, because intersymbol interference occurs because of the dispersion there. And a time where we can obtain a sample, and that timing is called as a base time to obtain the sample, and that sample is obtained within a eye opening. If the eye opening is large, high, height of the eye opening is high, so then time will be more there for sampling the signal. Now, if that height is reduced and because of the distortion in the data signal, so then it is difficult to identify the, or difficult to sample the bit there. So we can have a two distance, that is vertical and a horizontal distance. Vertical distance saying the level of the signal there, and a horizontal distance that define the sampling time. Okay, time define horizontal distance, vertical distance define the level, and that level distinguish the ones and zeros of the signal there. Then from that particular vertical distance we can specify that what will be the noise margin, and that noise margin is nothing but the what will be the voltage V1 for an given bit sequence, and what will be the maximum signal voltage V2 that is measured above the threshold level. So that's why we can find out a noise margin V1 by V2 into 100% there. So we can find out a timing error. The timing error, the rate at which the eye closes as the sampling time is varied, because we can say that a timing duration there, and that determines the sensitivity of the system to a timing error. So that timing error means what? That is a horizontal distance. So we can have what will be the bit or timing difference there. But that distance, that horizontal distance decreases if there are the error, and that error we say that a timing jitter, or you can say that a jitter or a phase distortion, and that arises from the noise in the receiver and a pulse distortion in the optical fiber. So now if there are the jitter, so then it is difficult to receive the sample within a particular period there. So that's why if there is a jitter, then there will be timing uncertainty, and that timing uncertainty will cause a receiver to lose the synchronization with the incoming bit stream. That's why we are not able to interpret that there is a logic 1 or a logic 0. If the simple signal is sampled in the middle of the time interval, means that is the eye opening horizontal distance, that is the center of the eye we can have. This is about if it's sampling time, this is the middle of the eye here. So then the amount of distortion indicates the amount of a jitter there. So timing jitter is about defined by the del t, and that is about it, how much is the distortion there and what is the bit interval here. So generally, for a given eye diagram, we can find out what will be the rise time or a fall time there. Rise time from the figure, we can say that it is defined in terms of a time interval between the points where the rising edge of the signal reaches. There, if you see the figure, it is saying that 20% there, 20 to 80% there. So we can find out a rise time here. Similarly, we are having a fall time for the 80 to 20. Generally, we say the rise time, that is rising edge of signal reaches 10% of its final amplitude to the time interval where it reaches to the 90% of its final amplitude. But for the optical signal, because of the jitter, so we can consider that it is a 20% to the 80% there. Now, a modern bit error rate measurement instrument construct and display a eye diagram that is shown in the figure. And this is about exactly eye diagram here. There is nothing but we can have a jitter here. Now from this to this, we can have eye opening horizontal distance. So it's showing the sampling period. So we can sample the data within a particular period, that bit duration. And this one is a vertical distance. And that vertical distance, we can have a level of the signals 1 and 0 can be identified here. These are the zero crossing. We can say that is about a threshold for the given particular eye here. Next, we can have a coherent detection. It is just like a simple detection circuit. We are receiving a data, and that detection is depending upon that what will be the bit rate or a data rate here. So we have a detection circuit, and we can identify that what will be the complete period or a timing of the signal there. And then we have a receiver, and that specification of a receiver, it is depending upon the data rate, what rate, bits transmitted, then a receiver rise time, then a sensitivity to detect the minimum signal, then a dynamic range related to the sensitivity, and a responsivity, that is what will be the power produces for a given particular signal there. And that is about your optical receiver. And we are concluding this particular module 4, that is the coupling and a receiver operation. If you are having any queries, you can mail me on the given mail IDs. Okay, thank you. That is for your syllabus. We can go ahead in next lecture, that is in module 5. We can start with a module 5 here. Okay, thank you. All the best.